you really plan on doing this kind of thing in a car you've just spent £43,000 on? But do I like it more than an Evoque? In 2010, I came here to Porsche's factory in Leipzig to test the Cayenne. Well now, 4 years on, I'm back again to try out its little brother, the Macan.
Porsche's baby SUV is built on the same platform as the Audi Q5. However, it's lower, wider and sportier, though that sloping tailgate means the boot is slightly smaller. Still, the back seats are sufficiently roomy even for adults.
Whoa, let's stop all this boring practicality nonsense. This is a Porsche, so let's talk about the performance. This is the turbo model and it has 400 horsepower. Now if you come over here, this is the Macan S model and it still has 340 horsepower, and over here we have the 3-litre V6 diesel. There we go, look. Yeah, it still has 258 horsepower.
The Macan Diesel S starts from just over £43,000, which may sound like a lot. But then, inside, it feels no less posh than the bigger Cayenne. The button-heavy design of the centre console is similar too, while the steering wheel mimics that of the 918 Spider supercar. But what does it feel like to drive?
So here we are then, cruising the mean streets of Leipzig, and yeah, I have to say this Macan feels like a very special thing to be travelling in. I've got the optional adjustable dampers set in their comfiest setting, and they're an option on all but the turbo model, and it's dealing with these awful bumps very well. I'm extremely comfortable, and the diesel engine, the 3-litre V6 diesel, it's nice and quiet, yet when you want, it's got plenty of oomph as well.
The Macan S Diesel can do 0 to 62 miles an hour in just 6.3 seconds and hit 143 miles an hour. Yet Porsche says it can return 46 miles per gallon.
Do you know what? I really like this car, but do I like it more than an Evoque?
As luck would have it, there was one left at the side of the road. I wondered if anyone would mind if I borrowed it.
Okay then, so what do I think of the Evoque? Well, despite being older, I reckon it stands out more than the Macan, especially if you go for this coupe version. And the interior design, it's just got a little bit more flair, and I like the minimalistic look, whereas the Macan's just a bit cluttered, the dash area. That said, when you touch the buttons and the plastics here in the Evoque, they don't feel as well made.
Also, while the Evoque may be more of a fashion icon and its 9-speed automatic is a close match for the Macan's 7-speed PDK, the Range Rover's grumbly 4-cylinder 2.2-litre diesel is way off the pace of the Macan's smooth V6. So too is its ride, handling and steering. And while the Evoque may have a bigger boot, it feels snugger in the back seats, even in the case of the 5-door model.
Now, I know what you're all thinking, and yes, the Evoque is quite a lot cheaper, and being based on the Freelander, it's better off-road. For instance, you see this stream here? Well, that's 50 centimetres deep, but Porsche won't let us drive the Macan through it because it only has a wading depth of 30 centimetres. FYI Porsche, the Evoque could make it through there. But does that really matter?
I'm going to find out with this Macan S. Apparently, less than 7% of Porsche SUV owners actually go off-road. But for those who do, the Macan is available with air suspension. This can increase the car's ride height for improved ground clearance and approach angles.
Even then though, it's still not quite as capable as the Range Rover. But then let's be honest with ourselves now. Do you really plan on doing this kind of thing in a car you've just spent £43,000 on? No, you don't, do you? All you're going to be doing in it is maybe traversing some speed humps and mounting the odd curb.
In case you were wondering, the Macan S can hit 62 miles an hour in just 5.2 seconds and tops out at 157 miles an hour. But if that's not quite quick enough for you, then there's always the turbo.
So once again, we've got a twin turbo V6, but this time in the turbo, we've got 3.6 litres and 400 brake horsepower. Now, that's only 60 more than you get in the S, but believe me, out here, out on the track, you do notice that difference. In fact, when you floor the throttle in this thing, it just takes off, and it's actually, here we go, out of a corner, floor it. Man, this thing is so fast.
The turbo can do 166 miles an hour and will sprint from 0 to 62 miles an hour in just 4.8 seconds, or 4.6 seconds if you go for the optional Sport Chrono package. And as with all Macans, it can send 100% of its power to the rear wheels, and even shuffle it across the rear axle if you have the optional torque vectoring.
When you put the car into its sportiest suspension setting, the way it resists body roll in the corners and doesn't really squirm about much on the brakes, it kind of belies its bulk. In fact, the Macan starts to rearrange your brain a little bit, and you begin to forget that it's actually an SUV and think of it more as a Cayman on stilts. Well, the turbo is undoubtedly the most fun to hoon around if you've got a track at your disposal. Back in the real world, out on the road, is the diesel, which is the pick of the range on account of its perfect blend of performance, economy and comfort. And while the Macan might not quite be the fashion icon, it's still the best small premium SUV.
Click on the video windows to watch our reviews of the Porsche Cayenne and the Range Rover Evoque. Click on the red video icon to watch our very latest review, or on the Auto Express logo to subscribe to our YouTube channel.